pool for the third time, he felt that he was feeling a little comfortable. That experience was quite peaceful. He was not afraid. He felt that he is being carried in the tender arms like that of his mother. And then finally he says that he has gone to sleep. He felt that he has become asleep. And the lesson speaks that he crossed to oblivion. Oblivion means nothingness. Onnum illaymeyilekku ettichernu. What is this oblivion? Oblivion is a state of being experiencing death. He felt that end of his life was come. That is why here at the last sentence it is mentioned that and the curtain of life fell. So he felt that he already died. I think you can see. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The next I remember I was lying on my stomach beside the pool vomiting. Of course, even though he felt that he died, he did not die. And that is why when he got his senses back, third time when he was going down, he became totally unconscious. About his coming up, it is not described here because he was unconscious. He did not know what has happened to him. Then who saved him, that also he does not know. When he got his senses, what he found that he was lying on his stomach. Because when you get a person drowned in the water, first thing that you do is to just get the water from his stomach out. So he was just made to lie down with his stomach facing the ground. And then he was vomiting. That means the water coming out from his mouth. The chap that threw me in was saying, but I was only fooling. So the chap means the fellow, the person, that boy, the big bruiser of a boy who has thrown him into the water. He also might have felt very bad because he never imagined to do any harm to him. He was just playing fool with him only. He told that, but I was just fooling. Fooling means joking. I was just simply joking only. I didn't want to do any harm to you. Someone said the kid nearly died. Be all right now. Let's carry him to the locker room. You see, it means that it was not only the boy who was thrown him into the water is present there, somebody else. Because when the boy was drowning in the water, probably some others entered, or he might have called the help of other people. Anyway, someone other than this boy, he said that the kid nearly died. The boy has almost died. But they said, be all right now. Now he'll be all right. Let's carry him to the locker room. So they decided to carry him to the locker room. Locker room is the room attached to the swimming pool where the swimmers do change their dresses. Apam locker room mileke avane kondagamennu agree cheyidu. Several hours later, I walked home. I was weak and trembling. So after a few hours, he started walking home. He did not enter the water again. He started walking home. He has to return to his house. I shook and cried when I lay on my bed. After coming to his house, he was very unhappy because his trial to learn swimming has totally failed. Now he will not have courage to face the water. So that is why when he came to his house, he went to his bedroom and he was lying on the bed and he was crying and he was shaking also. I couldn't eat that night. He says that that night he had no appetite. He was not even able to eat. Not that he is not hungry, but it's a feeling of uncomfort. He could not even eat that night. For several days, a haunting fear was in my heart. He says that for several days, many days, a haunting fear was in my heart. He was actually haunted by fear. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാല് പേടി അവന്റെ ഹൃദയത്തെ ബാധിച്ചു കുറെ ദിവസത്തേക്ക്. The slightest exertion upset me, making me wobbly in the knees and sick to my stomach. A small exertion, a slightest exertion, ചെറിയ രീതിയിൽ ശരീരത്തിന് സ്ട്രെയിൻ വരുന്ന എന്തെങ്കിലും വർക്ക് ചെയ്താൽ immediately used to become upset. He used to become tired, exhausted, and that used to make him wobbly in his knees. What do you mean wobbly? Wobbly means not able to standing on the leg. ശരീരത്തിന്റെ ഭാരം കാലിന് താങ്ങാൻ പറ്റാത്ത അവസ്ഥയാണ്. Unsteady, becomes unsteady in his knees and sick to my stomach. And he was also feeling that his stomach is upset. His stomach is not functioning well. You see, many of our stomach troubles are actually psychological. Psychologically, if you are not happy, what happened? It will affect your health. I never went back to the pool. I feared water. I avoided whenever I could. So he says that after this particular incident, he has never gone back to the pool. First experience at California, slowly, he was getting rid of that fear in YMCA pool at the age of 11 and 12. And again, a misadventure happened. What is a misadventure? You remember? After that, he says that I never went back to the pool. I did not return. I never tried again to learn swimming. So whenever there was possibility to avoid water, he just avoided. When all his friends used to go to water sports, going for fishing, canoeing, etc., he says that he kept away from there. A few years later, when I came to know the waters of the Cascades, I wanted to get into them. So like this, he was experiencing fear and he grew up. Few years he did not turn to water. He never went near to the river. So few years later, he came to know about the waters of the Cascades. It's a proper name, Cascades. You can see capital. And whenever he says that he wanted to get inside the Cascades. So this is a place where people used to visit, and he wanted to go there. But whenever he went there, he says that the fear returned to him. And whenever I did, whether I was wade in the Teton or Bumping River or bathing in Warm Lake or the God's Rocks, the terror that had seized me in the pool would come back. These are the proper names of some of the waterfalls, rivers, and lakes. He says that when he heard about the Cascades, he wanted to enter the waters of the Cascades. And then he wanted to go for swimming in Teton, Bumping River, this name of the river, and bathing in Warm Lake, name of a lake, Warm Lake, of the Goat Rocks, place name on. So whenever he went to any of these water areas, he says the terror that had seized me, the terror that had just held me in the pool would come back. So the terror that he experienced when he was going down for the second time in the swimming pool of YMCA at the age of 11 and 12 returned to him even after few years of that experience. So he was not able to enjoy his life. My legs would become paralyzed. The moment he entered the water, he says that he used to feel that his legs are becoming paralyzed, not able to move the legs. Icy horror would grab my heart. He was feeling that an icy horror. Tanutta Maravicha Pedi. That means when you become so much frightened, affected by the fear, you feel that completely your body is becoming frozen, heart is becoming frozen. You would experience the icy horror, and then what happens? You will not be able to continue. I used every way I knew to overcome this fear, but it held me firmly in his grip. He says that he tried all his level best in order to get out of the fear. But he says that the moment he tried to get out of the fear, he says that that fear gripped him. When he was trying to get rid of the fear is holding him more forcefully. Finally, one October, I decided to get an instructor and learn to swim. Finally, what happened? 1 October, he just decided that I cannot go on like this. Year is not mentioned here, but he only remembers the month because it is narrated from his experience of the childhood after growing up. He says that 1 October, what he did, he decided that I must get an instructor, I must get a coach, a swimming coach, a teacher who will just help me to learn swim. I went to the pool and practiced 5 days a week, an hour each day. So what happened? After getting the help of the instructor, every day he went to the swimming pool. The swimming pool, not necessary to the same pool. He went to the swimming pool and then 5 days a week, that's Monday to Friday. And then every day 1 hour he practiced. Every day 1 hour he took training with the help of this instructor. Now, how the instructor trained him? Waters of the cascades. You can see the picture of waters of the cascades, because people used to come here for water sport and enjoy in the site, etc. Whenever he was coming here, he found that the fear is returning to him. Cascade Lake. Idana Cascade Lake. The picture of a cascade lake. Moran State Park, Oscar Island. It is in Oscar Islands. Now, how he learned with the help of the instructor the swimming. The instructor put a belt around me. So this you should remember. How the instructor put a belt around him. A rope attached to the belt went through a pulley that ran on an overhead cable. He held on to the end of the rope and we went back and forth across the pool, hour after hour, day after day, week after week. This is very easy to do. What is the arrangement? For example, a rope is attached to his belt. അരയിൽ കെട്ടിയിരിക്കുന്ന ബെൽറ്റിലേക്ക് ഒരു റോപ്പിന്റെ അറ്റം കെട്ടി. And then that rope is taken inside a pulley. പുള്ളി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? പുള്ളി നമ്മൾ കപ്പി എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും. അതിൽ വെള്ളം കോരാനായിട്ട് കിണറ്റിൽ നിന്ന് വെള്ളം കോരാനായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നതാണ്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പം why this pulley is used? Because it will be easy, because you don't feel the weight of that person when you are using the pulley. If you are drawing the water from the well directly, it is difficult, but with the help of the pulley, that act is very easy. You have studied science, all of you studied science up to class 10, you know the working of a pulley. Now, there is an overhead cable across the swimming pool. That means a cable is strengthened across the swimming pool. The cup is attached to the cable, and the rope, which is one end is attached to his belt, the other end taken through the pulley, and then one end is in the hand of the instructor. So how he did? He held on to the end of the rope and we went back and forth across the pool, hour after hour, day after day, week after week. So in this way, hours and hours, days and days and weeks, he practiced. On each trip across the pool, a bit of the panic seized me, because there is no danger, because the moment he goes to sink in the water, of course, other end is in the hand of the instructor. He can pull it. But what happened? Each moment, each time he was making a swim across the pool, what happened? When the instructor released a little bit of his hold, he was trying to go down. Means still he has not learned. On each trip across the pool, a bit of the panic seized me. He says that even though with so much of precaution, there is no danger, because the end of the rope is in the hand of the instructor. But when he was coming in the middle of the swimming pool, again that same fear which he experienced in the YMCA pool, little bit returned to him, not in the same quantity, because now he understands that he is safe. His instructor will save his life. Each time the instructor relaxed his hold on the rope and I went under, some of the old terror returned and my legs froze. So each time the instructor loosened that rope from his hand, he started going down. And then he says some of that old terror. What terror? The terror that he experienced the YMCA pool used to return to him, and he used to have the same sensation. His legs used to become frozen. It was 3 months before the tension began to slack. You see, he started his learning swimming with the help of the instructor in the month of October. So October, November, December. He says that after continuously just swimming and practicing for 3 months, he says that his fear started reducing. Then he taught me to put my face under water and exhale and raise my nose and inhale. So for 3 months, the training was given to him so that he should get rid of his fear. Then only this swimming activity started. Then he told me to put my face under water, because in order to swim, you have to submerge your face or head under the water. So he taught him how to put his face under water and then exhale. Exhale means breathing out, we know. And raise the nose and inhale, because if you put your head inside the water and inhale, the water will enter into your nostril. So exhale, putting the head under the water, exhale, and raising the head, you will be inhaling. I repeated the exercise hundreds of times. This way, I repeated the exercise hundreds of times. Hundreds of times I have repeated the same exercise. Which exercise? Inhaling and exhaling. Putting the head under the water, he will exhale, and raising the head, he will inhale. Bit by bit, I shed part of the panic that seized me when my head went underwater. So the moment he put his head under the water, he was having fear, and slowly, by practice, he says that he was able to get rid of this fear. Next, he held me at the side of the pool and had me kick with my legs. So every part of his body is trained in order to become a swimmer. 3 months only how to go inside the water without fear. And then inhaling, exhaling was taught to him. Then again, how to use his legs and hands. While swimming, you need to use your legs and hands. For several weeks, I did just that. For several weeks, he was doing only that exercise. At first, my legs refused to work. In the beginning, what happened? He says that his legs was not moving according to he wanted. But they gradually relaxed, and finally I could command them. And then he gradually relaxed. Slowly he relaxed. And finally, I could command them. Finally, he was able to command. Thus, piece by piece, he built a simmer. So in this way, piece by piece means every part of my body, bit by bit, I was just made a simmer. And when he had perfected each piece, he put them together into an integrated whole. So when we are going for a coaching for a football match, football coaching in Boy, we know that you are not straight away going and playing the game. First, you will be just made to use your legs. Then you will be allowed to run and use dodging and again passing the balls, etc. So like that, in the swimming also, every different activity was learned separately, and finally putting together all these learned skills, he has to swim. In the month of April, he said, now you can swim. After how many months? October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 7 months he practiced. In the month of April, the teacher showed him green signal. The teacher said, now you can swim. Now you are able to swim. Dive off and swim the length of the pool, crawl stroke. So what did the teacher say? Teacher said that strongly, courageously, without fear. Now just jump into the water. You jump into the pool and then you try swimming. Crawl stroke. Crawl stroke is a kind of swimming. Crawl ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാം. I did, the instructor was finished. He says that when he went alone, putting all his activity into together, he was successful. He said that I did. When the instructor asked me to swim, I just swam, and he says the instructor was finished. What does it mean by instructor was finished? When he learned swimming, does it mean that he killed the instructor? No. The work of the instructor is over. Like the lessons are taught by the teacher, now the learning part depends on the students. It varies from person to person. Likewise, whatever the instructor was supposed to teach him, he taught him. Now, whatever work is left, it has to be done by Douglas alone. But I was not finished. He says that the work of the instructor is over, but my work was not over. I still wondered if I would be terror-stricken when I was alone in the pool. Why? Still he had a doubt. When he is all alone in the pool, ആരുമില്ലാതെ ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് വെള്ളത്തിലേക്ക് ചാടുന്ന സമയത്ത് whether this fear will return to him. So in order to test that, he tried it. What he did, I swam the length up and down. He went to the swimming pool, full length, he went that side and he returned. Tiny vestiges of the old terror would return. So when he was going for swimming, tiny vestiges. What do you mean vestiges? Vestiges means the remaining part on. മട്ട് എന്ന് നമുക്ക് പറയാം അല്ലെ. നമ്മൾ ഒരു കപ്പിന്റെ അകത്ത് ചായ എടുത്ത് കുടിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവസാനം വരുന്ന മട്ട്, ഇവിടെ എന്തിന്റെ മട്ടാണ്? പേടിയുടെ മട്ട്. റിമൈനിങ് ബിറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഫിയർ യൂസ് ടു റിട്ടേൺ ടു ഹിം. ബട്ട് നൗ ഐ കുഡ് ഫ്രൗൺ ആൻഡ് സേ ടു ദാറ്റ് ടെറർ trying to scare me, well, here to you, look, and off I would go for another length of the pool. So here what happens? The narrator, that is William O. Douglas, was having courage. The fear was coming to him in small quantity, but then he had gathered courage. He had the strength to say that, oh, you fear, you are trying to scare me, you are going to frighten me. No, I will not submit myself to your threat. I will once again swim into the swimming pool. Like that, he used to jump into the swimming pool and go for another round. This went on until July. In the month of April, started in the month of October, in the month of April, 7 months, and after the completion of 7 months training, the teacher said you can do by yourself. And April, after April, May, June, July, 3 months. This went on until July. 3 months he practiced himself in order to get rid of the fear completely. But I was still not satisfied. Even though he tried himself, still he was not satisfied. Why? I was not sure that all the terror had left. Why? He says that he was not very sure that the complete terror has left him. So I went to Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire, dived off a dock at Trix Island, and some 2 miles across the lake to Stamback Island. So what he did, in order to get rid of the fear, what are the places he visited and where did he swim? അതാണ് ഇവിടെ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇത് കാണുക, ഈ സ്ഥലത്തിന്റെ പേരുകളൊക്കെ ഓർക്കുക. So I went to Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a place, അവിടെ ഒരു lake ഉണ്ട്, and the name of the lake is Lake Wentworth. He dived off to docks at Trix Island. He just went to Trix Island and then he just swam from the mainland to the island. And some 2 miles across the lake to Stamback Island. So from that lake, he just swam to the Stamback Island, different places and different islands, different places where he went and then got rid of his fear. Lake Wentworth. അയാൾ നീന്തിയ സ്ഥലമാണ് Trix Island. This is the Trix Island. From the mainland to the Trix Island, he has swum. I swum the crowl stroke. Crowl stroke എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇങ്ങനെ ക്രൗൾ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. കാലും കൈയും ഒന്നിച്ച് മൂവ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് സ്വിം ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ആക്ടിവിറ്റിയാണ് ക്രൗൾ സ്ട്രോക്ക്. ബ്രസ്റ്റ് സ്ട്രോക്ക്, ഇത് ഡിഫറെന്റ് കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് സ്വിമ്മിങ് ആണ്. ബ്രസ്റ്റ് സ്ട്രോക്ക് കൈ എടുത്ത് അടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഉള്ള സ്വിമ്മിങ് ആണ്. സൈഡ് സ്ട്രോക്ക്, ഒരു സൈഡിലേക്ക് ചെരിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് സ്വിം ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് സൈഡ് സ്ട്രോക്ക്. ആൻഡ് ബാക്ക് സ്ട്രോക്ക്, മലന്ന് കിടന്നുകൊണ്ട് സ്വിം ചെയ്യാണ്. ഇതൊക്കെ വാട്ടർ ഗെയിമിൽ, സ്വിമ്മിങ്ങിൽ ഇതൊക്കെ ഡിഫറെന്റ് ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് ആണ്. ഡിഫറെന്റ് കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് കോമ്പറ്റീഷൻ ഓൾസോ ഇസ് കണ്ടക്റ്റഡ് ഈവൻ ഇൻ ഒളിമ്പിക്സ്. നമ്മൾ 100 മീറ്റർ, 200 മീറ്റർ, 400 മീറ്റർ അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ റിലേ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ റേസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന മാതിരി ഡിഫറെന്റ് കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് സ്വിമ്മിങ് ആണ്. He learned all that. He tried all that. Only once did the terror return. When he was trying all this, he says that only once his old fear returned to him. When I was in the middle of the lake, I put my face under and saw nothing but bottomless water. He says that when he was in the middle of the lake, he says that only once the terror returned to him. When was that one time that the terror returned? When he was in the middle of the lake, he put the face under. He put the face under the water. വെള്ളത്തിന്റെ അടിയിലേക്ക് തല കൊണ്ടുപോകുമ്പോഴാണ് പുള്ളിക്ക് പേടി എപ്പോഴും വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. So here also he put his face under water and saw nothing but bottomless water. When he put his face under the water, he could not see the ground, or rather he could not see the depth. And when he opened his eyes, he found that he could see bottomless water. ഭയങ്കര ആഴമുള്ള വെള്ളം മാത്രമേ കാണാൻ പറ്റിയുള്ളൂ. Then what happened? The old sensation returned in miniature. Then he says that the old sensation, what is that sensation? Stark terror. It returned him in miniature. What will be miniature? In small quantity, not much. I laughed and said, well, Mr. Terror, what do you think you can do to me? So then, just like earlier, he challenged the terror. You're trying to scare me. Earlier, he had asked. In the same way, he told, Mr. Terror, ആരെയാണ് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? പേടിയാണ് വിളിക്കേണ്ടത്. പേടിയെ പേഴ്സണൈസ് ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. എന്നിട്ട് പറയാണ്, Mr. Terror, what do you think you can do to me? So he's challenging the terror. It fled and I someone. So when he challenged that terror, the terror disappeared. പേടി പെട്ടെന്ന് അവനിൽ നിന്ന് അപ്രത്യക്ഷമായി. And then he summoned. Yet I had residual doubts. He says that earlier it was mentioned vestiges. ഇപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്ന residual doubts. He says that ഇതും remaining parts ആണ്. Residual. എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉപയോഗിച്ചതിന് ശേഷം അവസാനം വരുന്ന മട്ട്. Residual doubts. At my first opportunity, I hurried west. So in order to get rid of the residual doubts, what he did? When he got his first opportunity, he went to the western side, went up to Titon to Concord Meadows. ഇനി വേറെ ഏതൊക്കെ സ്ഥലത്താണ് പോയി അദ്ദേഹം സിം ചെയ്തത് in order to get his residual doubts. He went to Titon to Concord Meadows. Concord Meadows എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു സ്ഥലമാണ്. Up to the Concord Creek Trail to Mead Glacier and crammed in the high meadow by the side of the warm lake. You see, it is not only the water sports. He says that he was not only able to swim, he was also go to the isolated places like meadows and trail. നടപ്പാതകളിൽ കൂടെ നടക്കാനും ഒക്കെയുള്ള ധൈര്യം അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കിട്ടി. How did he get this what he called courage? Because of his exposure with water. സർഫിംഗ് ആണ് ഇവിടെ കാണുന്നത്. സർഫിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു വാട്ടർ ഗെയിം ഉണ്ട്. അതാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ കാണുന്നത്. സർഫിംഗ്. ദിസ് ഈസ് സർഫിംഗ്. This is the Concord Meadows. This is a picture of the Mead Glacier. Mead Glacier. ഇവിടെ സ്വിം ചെയ്യാനല്ല പോയത്. His experience with the water gave him what he called courage to go to this kind of isolated place. Earlier he was afraid. The next morning I stripped. The next morning he changed his dress, dived into the lake and swam across to the other shore and back. So he says that he went to this place. The next morning he changed his dress and then he just swam into the water and then just went up and down. Just as Don Corpen used to do. ഇയാൾ ഒരു വലിയ സിമ്മറാണ്. അദ്ദേഹം ചെയ്ത പോലെ ഇവൻ ചെയ്തു. I shouted with joy and Gilbert Picker returned the echo. He says that he just shouted with joy. When he was able to do this swimming and go to these places without having any fear, or even the leftover fear also left him, he was very happy. Whatever he just said in his happiness, he says that it was echoed back, because the Gilbert Peak, which was just standing in front of him, echoed his voice. And I had conquered my fear of water. He realized that he has conquered his fear of water. So doing all these activities, finally, he was able to say that he completely conquered his fear of water. Now, this is very important. The experience had a deep meaning for me, as only those who have known stark terror and conquered it can appreciate. So he says that this experience, which experience? The experience in the YMCA pool, the experience in the California beach, and then not able to enjoy water games, go near to the water, etc., and then getting an instructor, getting trained for 7 months, and then in order to clear his leftover fear, going into different places and swimming, and finally realizing that he conquered his fear. This experience, he says that it had a deeper meaning. Appam just ഒരു സ്വിമ്മിംഗ് പഠിച്ചു എന്ന് മാത്രമല്ല, അദ്ദേഹത്തെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം there was a greater meaning. He says that and this experience can be understood or appreciated by only those people who had a complete fear of something and then who has conquered that fear. That fear can be some time of the water, some time of something else, like lightning, thunder, maybe fire, or let's say unknown, darkness, etc. In death there is peace. What is the greater meaning that you drew from this particular experience? In the YMCA pool, when he was going down 3 times, first time he was afraid, second time he was too much afraid, the third time when he was going down, he says that he felt peaceful because he became unconscious. He felt that he died already. മരിച്ച അവസ്ഥയിലായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ അന്നേരം സമാധാനം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. So from there, he just draws an experience or just coins a statement telling that in death there is peace, there is terror only in the fear of death. So what he says that in death there is peace. മരണത്തിൽ സമാധാനമുണ്ട്, പക്ഷെ മരണത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് പേടിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് നമുക്ക് terror ഉള്ളത്. If you are not afraid of death, then there is nothing to fear anything in our life. As Roosevelt knew when he said, Roosevelt എന്താണ് പറഞ്ഞത്? അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യമാണ് അടുത്ത സെന്റൻസ്. All we have to fear is fear itself. So നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ എന്തിനെയാണ് പേടിക്കേണ്ടത്? പേടിയാണ് പേടിക്കേണ്ടത്. Once if you get rid of the fear, then there is nothing to worry about. Why we are withdrawing ourselves from our own principles, our own എന്താ പറയാ ആശയങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് നമ്മൾ വ്യതിചലിക്കുന്നത് ചിലപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പേടി കൊണ്ടായിരിക്കും. What will other people say? Will I get a punishment for this? Like this. So Roosevelt once said that in our life what we have to fear is self. So from he also understood, Roosevelt also might have understood what Douglas understood after this long experience of swimming pool and other things. What he understood, there is peace in death and there is terror only in the fear of death. Because I had experienced both the sensation of dying and the terror that the fear of it can produce, the will to live somehow grew in intensity. So why Douglas say that there is fear, there is peace in death? Because he says that I experienced both. ഏതാണ് both? പേടിയും ഞാൻ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്തു, മരണവും ഞാൻ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്തു. The third time when he was going down, he says that he experienced death. There is nobody who has died and come back and told us that death is like this. ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് മരണം എന്ന് ആരും നമ്മുടെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് വന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ല. മരിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എല്ലാം അവസാനിച്ചു. പക്ഷെ ഇദ്ദേഹം പറയാണ്, എൻ്റെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ മൂന്നാമത്തെ പ്രാവശ്യം when I was going down in the swimming pool, I experienced death. But that time it was there was peace. I felt comfortable. I felt as if I am being carried in the tender arms of the mother. He felt secured. And earlier when he was going down second time and first time, there was fear. So he says that I experienced both. മരണത്തെ പേടിച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് ആദ്യത്തെ 2 പ്രാവശ്യം അവന് പേടിയുണ്ടായത്. മൂന്നാമത്തെ പ്രാവശ്യം really he embraced death, and that time there was peace. So he says that there is peace in death and there is fear only in the fear of death, because I had experienced both the sensation of dying and terror that fear of it can produce. The will to live somehow grew in intensity. After this particular experience, ജീവിക്കാനുള്ള ആഗ്രഹം ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ട് അവന്റെ മനസ്സിലേക്ക് കയറി വന്നു. At last I felt released, free to walk the trails and climb the peaks and to brush aside fear. So at last what happened? He felt released. He felt released to the fear. He felt very free. He was free to walk the trails. Trails എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നടപ്പാതകളാണ്. കുന്നിൻ പ്രദേശത്തൂടെയുള്ള നടപ്പാതകളിലൂടെ നടക്കാനുള്ള ധൈര്യം കിട്ടി. He was able to climb the peak. പീക്കിന്റെ മേലോട്ട് കയറാനുള്ള ധൈര്യം കിട്ടി. And brush aside fear. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാല് ഫിയറിനെ മാറ്റി നിർത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് ഈ ഇതുമാതിരിയുള്ള അഡ്വഞ്ചറസ് ജേർണി ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ധൈര്യം അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കിട്ടി എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്.